these images, many people will be impressed that South Korea handles things well, like holding a press conference to announce setting a special task force to crack down on. The US side even found Mr. Chung and decided to prosecute to let the whole world know. But upon arrival, they found an empty scene. Everything was vacant. People had already left. Evidence and data were gone too, just empty rooms and buildings. That's hard to tell whether to be happy or sad. People question the effectiveness of South Korea, whether it's too bad or too good, as the criminals were so scared they ran away beforehand. As in the film compared to Vietnam, saying if you wait for Vietnam to act, it might take another 20 springs.
Now those arguments have been humbled.
Vietnam doesn't make a big show for the whole village to hear, but criminals still fall into the trap, and the illegal mining areas keep getting dismantled. Whereas South Korea's way of catching criminals requires making a big, and when they arrive, whether they catch anyone is hit or miss. On October 16, the South Korean Police Special Task Force organized a high-profile, unsuspected fraud centers with South Koreans in Cambodia, about 35 kilometers from the capital Phnom Penh. The South Korean side had prepared a strong force, full official vehicles ready to sweep, arrest, and rescue. KBS also sent reporters to the scene live. But when they arrived, the entire center had nothing left. All the people in the area had been relocated somewhere unknown. Nearby residents said the workers there organized a move upon hearing the South Korean team was going to sleep. As functional forces had planned specialized cases, coordinating with Cambodia, all meticulously and discreetly planned. In May, there was news that the Tangin Provincial Border Guard, coordinating with Hainengo, the Border Guard's Drug and Crime Prevention Department, and Seoul Provincial Police, successfully fought a human trafficking case from Vietnam to Cambodia. On the morning of April 20th, the Tangin Provincial Border Guard's Drug and Crime Prevention Office received a distress call from a young man. The victim said he was about to be sold across the border to Cambodia by human traffickers. Recognizing the seriousness of the case, the Drug and Crime Prevention Office quickly coordinated with other functional forces using professional measures. The investigative force quickly identified the location and victim named S. Based on the results obtained through the hotline, the task force exchanged and requested Seoul Provincial Police to coordinate in pursuing the suspects and rescuing victim S. At 2300 on April 25th, the functional forces of Seoul Province successfully rescued victim S. The Cambodian functional forces handed over S to the International Border Gate Station for reception. The investigative force arrested the fraud group, rescuing over 2
S functional forces dawn.
A series of cases start with social media invitations, needing typists, data entry staff, salary 25 million per month, free accommodation, working in Cambodia. The targets are often unemployed youth, new graduates, or poor workers from the Mekong Delta, Central Highlands, and North Central regions. Upon arriving in Cambodia, they immediately have passports and phones confiscated, locked in high-walled compounds with armed. From there, the easy job with high pay turns into forced labor for online fraud rings targeting Vietnamese, Chinese, and even European. Those who refuse or resist are beaten, electrocuted, or even resold to other groups for $2,000 to $5,000. Many Vietnamese are managed by Chinese bosses, using high-tech to run international fraud networks. Many have been missing for years, families unaware, and when rescued and returned, they're just shadows of themselves. According to official statistics, during 2023-2024, Vietnam established and cracked over 20 major cases, prosecuted hundreds of suspects, and rescued over 2,000 Vietnamese citizens from illegal detention facilities in Cambodia and Myanmar. In all cases, the Vietnamese state has never abandoned any citizen. Whether they went for illegal work, crossed the border illegally, or were deceived, when discovered, they still receive legal, medical support and are safely repatriated. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Vietnam has coordinated to rescue and protect over 3,000 citizens, an unprecedented number in the history of citizen protection work. It's not just a humanitarian act, but also serves as evidence of the spirit that no one is left behind, a consistent value in Vietnam's foreign policy and humans. By October 16, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs had held a regular press conference with some questions related to online fraud. Spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Van Tu Hang stated that immediately upon receiving the information, Vietnamese represent with local authorities to gather information, requesting Cambodia to ensure security, safety, and living conditions for Vietnamese citizens, and coordinated with agencies to verify identities. Given the complex developments of fraud and forced labor in Cambodia, countries have taken strong measures to protect the rights and interests of their citizens. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is actively exchanging with partner countries to establish cooperation mechanisms to enhance the effectiveness of protection and to more effectively combat organized crime and high-tech crime in Cambodia and other locations in the region. Simultaneously, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has directed Vietnamese representative agencies in Cap prepare necessary plans and closely coordinate with domestic and local authorities to promptly implement citizen protection measures. Vietnam is ready to cooperate and handle issues related to foreigners, in accordance with Vietnamese law and international. On the South Korean side, the fraud issue in Cambodia has become a hot topic in South Korean public. Pressure from the media and senior lawmakers prompted the South Korean government to react strongly to Cambodia regarding the kidnapping and death. A series of strong actions began on October 10th with the South Korean foreign minister summoning the Cambodian ambassador to express concerns about John's stance on the detention of South Korean citizens in Cambodia. One day later, the South Korean president demanded the government mobilize all diplomatic resources to protect citizens from crime in Cambodia. By October 14th, the South Korean presidential office announced it would consider raising travel warnings for citizens regarding high crime areas in Cambodia.
S body was found in the Bao County mountain area in Cambodia.
South Korean media reported the incident about 6 days later, though the country's Ministry of Foreign Affairs at that time stated that the press content differed from the truth and did not specify. The announcement added that out of respect for the victim's family, details could not be disclosed and requested media. The diplomatic official admitted that the negotiation process was progressing very slowly, despite Seoul being a major partner of Phnom Penh with officials. The level of response from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs changed after lawmaker Park Chan-jae, former head of the Democratic Party. Park's family had repeatedly called for help in vain before turning to this lawmaker. Following the Democratic Party lawmaker's request, the government began discussing plans to send additional police to Cambodia. This is not the first time the South Korean Ministry of Foreign Affairs has been criticized for issues related to protecting citizens kidnapped. Last year, a South Korean man detained at a fraud center in Cambodia sought help from the embassy but was told by staff to use Google to translate information and report it to the local police. This person decided to escape on their own, went to the embassy again for help, and was asked to return during different working. After a wave of outrage, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs admitted that the policy of advising South Korean citizens to self-report when kidnapped in Cambodia is also, according to the South Korean Ministry of Foreign Affairs recommendations, victims need to send their location, building photos, passport, and rescue videos via tel. By October 16, the South Korean Special Forces raid left only empty spaces, literally. The fraud facilities were deserted without a single person. South Korean media might hold another press conference and again claim this is a success for driving the fraud criminals away. Now that the grass has been stirred and the stakes have fled, other clues is the South Korean Special Forces have.
Subscribe to the Arcane Atlas channel to watch the latest videos.
Like the journey? Subscribe and join the next expedition.